We are going to start the chemistry part again, and we have already discussed about periodic table, we have discussed about chemical bonding, we have discussed about metallurgy in last classes. So if there is any sort of doubt, please let me know. And yes, I've already told you, if in case after the lecture also you have any doubt, comment section is always there for you, right? So for any kind of doubt, just let me know. So without any delay, we'll be starting with the first question. And what's the first question for the day? The first question for the day is, identify the metal which is non-toxic in nature. So let's see who would be the first one to answer this, and everyone who's there in the session, kindly start giving the answers. And yes, please let me know your name so that I can start talking to you. Yes, so answer please. The question is, which of the following metal is non-toxic in nature? So is it gold, cadmium, cobalt or chromium? What is going to be the correct answer? Here we are having four different options, right? Now if I'll talk about the toxic nature we are aware of. If I talk about cadmium, do you remember? Tirupati is with A, totally correct Tirupati. Here, gold is actually non-toxic in nature, but if I talk about the toxicity, then there are two questions which are normally asked. One is from Itai disease, we are aware of that part, right? Cadmium. And Vikramaditya is also with A, absolutely correct. So let me write for you. If I talk about mercury, so if mercury enters into your body, there might be issue. Actually, it is poisonous, right? So hello, good afternoon, Vikramaditya, good afternoon. So we'll talk about mercury. It causes the issue which is known as mini meta. In the similar manner, if I'll go with this option, so here we have Itai disease. So these are the two questions which are again and again asked in the examination, right? So okay, let's move forward to the next question. Next we have, main constituent of liquid bleach is dash. Now we are aware of bleaching agents, right? So this bleaching agent that we are talking about here, this liquid bleach includes what? Now let me tell you. This question is asked in CGL, CHSL, UP, PSC examination. Then if I talk about the UP states, there are different examinations like RO, right? In all these examinations, this question has already been asked and many times it is repeated. So now, what type of question? If I talk about the FCAT in the latest scenario, in the FCAT same question was there and it was asked, which of the following options is included in this bleach? So there was the option of chlorine over there. So here Tirupati is going with sodium chloride, that is NaCl. If you'll go with this NaCl part, bro, it is what? It is the common salt or the table salt that you are using on the daily basis, right? So sodium chloride is not the correct answer. Sodium chloride is not the correct answer. Tirupati, do you need to change your option? Vikramaditya, would you like to change your option? Because this is important. I want you to be correct over here. And everyone else who's there in the session now, I want answers from everyone. NaCl is not going to be the correct answer over here. So you can guess if you want. Yeah, answer please. Waiting for the answer, please. Vikramaditya, Tirupati, you can change your options if you want. So Vikramaditya has taken his answer back. I guess he's going to change the answer. So sodium, okay, Tirupati, waiting for the answer. So as I already told you, option B is already eradicated. Now, what is the answer that is going to come now? Tirupati is with A now, I guess. No. Again, Tirupati is, sorry, SCl is not the correct answer. Let me tell you about SCl now. If I talk about BIOS part, then we know that SCl is actually present in our stomach, right? Where we have pepsin enzyme also. If I talk about the sodium chloride, we are using it on a food where we can talk about table salt, right? So it is what? It is actually salt. Now, if I'll go with this C and D options, so very good. Vikramaditya, very good. Option number D, that is sodium hypochlorite, will be the correct answer. D, sodium hypochlorite. Very, very important question. We must remember this question. Please do not forget when you are talking about the bleaching agent. Here, sodium hypochlorite is going to be the correct answer. Very good, Vikramaditya. Next. Which of the following is used in welding broken pieces of iron rails and parts of machine? So what's the correct answer for the welding part? And let me give you the hint. Yesterday when we were talking about this part, there was a question when we were talking about the element which is present in lots of amount on the earth. So this is a hint for you. Yesterday we have discussed this question. It was asked, if I talk about the atmosphere, we were discussing what? The most abundant was what? That was oxygen, right? But one more thing that I discussed on the earth crust, in the earth crust, what was it? Answer please. All these questions are very important. So in one way or the another, once we are clear with the so Vikramaditya has actually done what? Vikramaditya has seen aluminium. I know. Good that you remember yesterday's concept. But please remember what happens if I talk about the aluminium. Small pieces are actually done. Fine. Tirupati, you are also with it. See, aluminium, if we'll talk about, it is actually aluminium powder. Fine. So I know you have actually seen this aluminium option, and yesterday we have discussed about that in the most abundant part. But please remember, the correct answer is going to be what? The correct answer would be aluminium powder. So this aluminium powder, actually this aluminium is crushed and it is used in this welding part. Okay. So here the correct answer is going to be C, that is aluminium powder. So aluminium powder is used in welding broken pieces of iron rails and parts of machine. It actually helps in the welding part. Okay. Next. Hydrogen sulfide is what? Hydrogen sulfide is what? Now, if I talk about this hydrogen sulfide, you remember in our 9th or 10th standard, we used to study about it. H2S. And Vikramaditya, before giving the answer, we can do one thing. Just have a look at all these 4 options. Same for Tirupati. Tirupati, can you do one thing? Just have a look at all the 4 options and then try to give the answer. I guess you will be able to give this. Because this was very famous question in our 12th standard. In 12th standard, this question used to be asked, right? And if you're from ICSE board, maybe in 10th standard as well. So let's see. Tirupati, Vikramaditya and all the others, please try to have a look at all the 4 options. So Vikramaditya is actually going with option A, so that is, it would be colorless or gas and the orderless gas, okay? Tirupati is going with B, that is, sir, it would be yellowish gas with the pungent odor. So let me tell you about this hydrogen sulfide. This hydrogen sulfide is actually colorless, but it smells like a rotten egg, as if the egg is rotten. So rotten egg like smell is there in H2S. Fine. So yes, here option number D, that is colorless gas with the rotten egg smell, would be the correct answer. And yes, again a important question. And yes, you are already there in our classes since a long time. So let me tell you once again, all these questions are previously asked. Each and every question is from the previous year questions part. So please take each and every question seriously, because most of the questions are repeatedly asked again and again. Okay. So here H2S is actually a colorless gas with the rotten egg smell. Next. Tip of matchstick contains what? So we'll talk about a matchstick. So let me draw a matchbox for you first. Yeah. So when we talk about this matchbox, if I'll talk about a match, so this part is actually rubbed here, and when it is rubbed here, it catches fire, right? So here the tip of matchstick is actually asked. It is made up of what? So can you tell me this tip of matchstick is made up of what? What is the correct answer? It contains what? So Vikramaditya, you are with B. That is Tirupati Vikramaditya. Are you giving answer for this question or for previous one? I guess I'm getting your comments quite late. Okay. So Vikramaditya is saying, sir, it would be white phosphorus. Okay. Vikramaditya, I'll give you a hint over here. You can just think, if we talk about a matchstick, Diwali is nearby, right? So you must be celebrating Diwali. When you will burn the cracker, when you take out that matchstick from matchbox, just have a look at it. Do you find white color over here? Just an idea, just an idea. Yeah, Tirupati. See, many times what happens, we can try to relate these options with the real world examples. The best part is, from the real world example, now most of the questions will get solved. Very good, Vikramaditya. Very good. Awesome. So I guess you are able to relate that. So Tirupati, Vikramaditya, both of you are correct. Very good. Here the correct answer is going to be red phosphorus. So please remember, this part is actually made up of phosphorus, but if it is asked about the color, please remember the color would be what? Red color. Fine. So yes, chip of matchstick actually contains red phosphorus. Cool. Let's move forward now. Here C was the correct answer. Next, green color seen in the firework display is due to the chloride salt of dash. Chloride salt of dash. Now what I am asking, green color seen in the firework. Now what is this firework? During Diwali, during New Year. Sir, I just mugged up things. So, okay. No issues, Vikramaditya. I totally understand. So, it's just a revision for you, huh? Okay. So what I'm talking about, those fireworks. If I talk about fireworks for the Diwali, New Year or 25th December, there are many occasions where we use these firecrackers. If I talk about those fireworks, in those fireworks, when we're talking about green color, it might be because of something, right? So it is because of which particular salt? Now, it's a chloride of something. So Tirupati and Vikramaditya, can you please guess this answer? Is it sodium chloride? Obviously, if I talk about sodium chloride, it is not going to be the correct answer, right? Then we have calcium chloride, barium chloride and strontium chloride. So what can be the correct answer here? Tirupati, please, waiting for the answer. Vikramaditya, still waiting for the answer. Green color, which is actually seen in the fireworks, is because of the presence of barium. So that's what? That's actually your barium chloride salt. Fine. So very good, Tirupati. Awesome. The correct answer is going to be barium chloride. So option number C will be correct and Tirupati has given the correct answer. Okay, Vikramaditya. So I'll be waiting for your answer in the next question. Huh? Yeah. The inert gas which is used as a beacon light is what? Answer please. Very important. And let me tell you, you might have seen this light in the hotels as well. You have seen these lights in the hotels as well. It is asked in the examination. The light which is present in the hotel lights, where you would have seen that. For example, there's a hotel. Let me take the example. It's the hotel of Tirupati, for example. So at the top, you must have seen that light. Tirupati Hotel. 24 hours open, something like that. So yes, Tirupati is with C. Vikramaditya is with C. That is helium. Okay. But Tirupati need to change. Do you want to change the option? You are still with C. Okay. So I'll do one thing. Let me tell you. Here, when I'm talking about this question, here neon is going to be the correct answer. And let me tell you about neon. Neon can actually, let us consider this as a fog. Fine. For example, it is a fog. Then also, we can actually see the light from our naked eyes, because light can even pass from fog or it can transmit through the fog as well. Very good, Vikramaditya. The correct answer is D. And Tirupati, please remember, here neon is going to be the correct answer. Very important question. Let me write for you. It is very important as it is asked in the examination many times. So the inert gas. Now since I'm talking about inert gas, what are they? No issues, Tirupati. There's no need to be sorry, but it's good that you are giving the answer. Now you will never be wrong. I assure you. Okay, so I'm talking about inert gas, right? So inert gas is there in the 18th group, where we have helium, neon, argon, then we have krypton, then we have xenon. Achha, you know, xenon is also known as stranger gas. Please remember, xenon is also known as stranger gas. And since we are talking about neon, please remember, this neon can even penetrate through the fog. Fine. So yes, as a beacon light, the gas which is used is your neon. So we have discussed about neon, xenon, done. Okay, let's move forward now. So correct answer was neon. Next. Hydrogen was discovered by whom? Hydrogen. So we have 2 to 3 questions. I don't know why it happens. Actually, there's a lagging of 15 seconds actually. With whatever I am delivering now, there would be lagging of 15 seconds with your comments that I am able to see. Okay. I'll be waiting for 15 seconds now for all the questions. Okay. So yes, hydrogen was discovered by whom? So we have 3 questions here. I'll be asking 3 questions. First of them is, hydrogen was discovered by whom? Was he Boyle? Was he Charles? Was he Cavendish? Or was he Priestley? So Tirupati and Vikramaditya and others who all are there in the class now, please start giving answers. Please start giving answers. Answer please. So till then, I am writing one more question. The time you give me answer. My next question will be, hydrogen is metal. Second, non-metal. Third, metalloid. Or none of the above. So these are the 4 options. Now this is the second question. I want answer for the first one. Okay. So Vikramaditya is saying, so the answer is going to be Cavendish, and that's totally correct. If I talk about hydrogen, hydrogen was actually discovered by Cavendish. Totally correct. If I talk about Priestley, his full name was Joseph Priestley, right? So yes, my next question is, hydrogen is what? Is it a metal? Is it a non-metal? Is it a metalloid or none of the above? What is the correct answer over here? Tirupati, I am waiting for your answers as well. Tirupati, need your answer. So yes, hydrogen is what? Is it metal, non-metal, metalloid or none of the above? And we have already discussed this question and it was important. Actually, when this periodic table was made now, this hydrogen, they were actually not able to decide where we have to keep this hydrogen. And finally, the hydrogen was kept in the first group. So now, if we'll talk about those concepts in which these were actually placed, we'll think that hydrogen is placed in the first group. This means it must be metal, but no. There's a logic behind it. Very, very good, Vikramaditya. There's a logic behind it. If I'll talk about hydrogen, I've already told you, hydrogen's atomic number is 1. And yesterday we understood atomic number which we are representing by Z, it is equal to the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. This means if hydrogen's atomic number is 1, it will be having 1 proton. Now, if I am talking about this hydrogen, here we are having 1 electron over here. Now, do you think hydrogen will be able to donate the electron? No. If hydrogen will donate the electron, it will not have a single electron. That's why it actually requires the electron in order to complete its duet, right? So what it requires the electron, and that's why it is known as non-metal. It's not a metal, it's actually a non-metal. Okay, so if I talk about its discovery was done by Cavendish. Next, gas used in the production of vegetable ghee is dash. We have 4 options. So the gas which is used in the production of vegetable ghee, it is what? Answer please. Answer please. And everyone who is there in the session, I want answer from everyone. Yes, gas which is used in the production of vegetable ghee. Can you answer this? What is going to be the correct answer here? See, please remember, when we are talking about the gas that is used in the production of vegetable ghee, let me tell you about the process. We are talking about hydrogenation over there. Fine. So yes, please remember, whenever we are talking about the production of vegetable ghee, very good, Vikramaditya, awesome, that's awesome. Then hydrogen, yeah, Vikramaditya, you are absolutely correct. The correct answer is going to be the hydrogen. So the process is actually hydrogenation over there. Yes, gas which is used in the production of vegetable ghee is hydrogen. So option number A would be correct. Next question is, ozone contains what? So ozone contains only oxygen, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon, or carbon and oxygen. What is the correct answer? Answer please. My question is, ozone contains what? Is it only oxygen, oxygen and nitrogen, then hydrogen and carbon, or oxygen and carbon? What is going to be the correct answer according to you? Yes, please. Ozone contains what? Tirupati, I am waiting for your answers actually. And all the others who are there in the session, can you please start giving answers so that I can start interaction with you all? I'll just do one thing. I'll just check your comments. Yes, answer please. I'm asking, ozone is containing what? So can you please answer me? Ozone is containing what? Vikramaditya is going with A. And let me tell you, if I'm talking about ozone, this means I'm talking about what? O3. This means in this formula, are you able to see any kind of nitrogen? No. Are you able to see any kind of hydrogen? No. You are able to see carbon? No. That means only and only oxygen is there. And that's totally correct. This is only oxygen. Now let me tell you about this ozone. If I talk about Earth, outside the Earth we have ozone layer. True. And because of the presence of ozone only, we are preventing ourselves from the UV rays. That is, the harmful ultraviolet rays which are coming from the sun is actually prevented by this ozone only. Now, we discuss one more question when we are talking about several gases. Very good. That's true, Vikramaditya. When I'm talking about several gases, if I talk about the Earth's atmosphere, we have several gases. If I talk about air, in air, we have nitrogen, we have oxygen, we have carbon dioxide, we even have water vapor, we have argon. All the gases are there. But if I talk about this carbon dioxide, my question is, if there is lesser carbon dioxide or there is no carbon dioxide, what will happen to the temperature of the Earth? Now, there are 4 options. First option is, the temperature of the Earth will increase, the temperature on Earth will decrease, the temperature on the Earth will be equal as it is right now, or there would be no change. There would be no change in the temperature. There are 4 options. My question is, if carbon dioxide is not present in our atmosphere, what is going to happen? Temperature will increase, temperature will decrease, temperature will remain same, or there would be no change in the temperature. That is, there would be no effect of carbon dioxide in the temperature. So can you answer me this part, because this is asked in the examination? This is again important. So because of the lesser carbon dioxide, what would be the change in temperature? There would be no change in the temperature. That is, sorry, carbon dioxide doesn't do anything. Then temperature is going to be always constant. Temperature will decrease or temperature will increase. Vikramaditya, in this case, this answer would be wrong for you. Sorry for that. But yes, please remember, this carbon dioxide, if it is not there, here the temperature will actually decrease and we will feel colder. Please remember this part, the temperature is actually going to decrease. Very important. Fine. So all of you who are present here, please remember these questions, because all these questions were previously asked and these are very important. Okay. Let's move forward now. So we have an Exampur official application, which is one-stop solution for all the government job aspirants. What we have here? We have live paid courses with the test series. Then we have free subject-wise, topic-wise quiz with the report card. Then we have job alert, admit card, examination date. All exams previous year PDF with the solution. Free All India scholarship test with the report card. Then topic-wise free live classes. Free full-length and sectional test with the report card. Free exam-wise PDFs and practice set PDF. Then we have daily, weekly, monthly current affair, unlimited subject-wise practice questions, all these at a single platform. So, Pooja, what's that option O actually? Just wanted to know. Okay, so these are all the benefits which are present on this Exampur application. From where you're going to get it? Just go to the Play Store, type Exampur over there, click on the install button, click on the open part and start using it. Okay, so there's the next question. Lime water becomes milky when it is exposed to air due to presence of what? Lime water. See, there is no such fixed number of questions. Fine. So yes, answer please. Lime water becomes milky when it is exposed to air due to presence of what? Now we are talking about lime water, right? So where we have seen this lime water, if I'll talk about those paintings, I'm talking about the rooms paint. Now in the earlier days, actually we used to bring that, in Hindi we used to say Chuna and all, right? So if I talk about that lime water actually turns milky. But in the presence of what? In the presence of air it turns milky. Because of the presence of what? So can you answer this part? So Tirupati is actually with C, that is oxygen. Okay. Then we have Pooja here. Pooja, can you answer this? Vikramaditya is going with sulfur dioxide. See, if I talk about air, if you are talking about oxygen, I can just think about it. But if I talk about sulfur dioxide, it is actually very dangerous. Why? Because it will lead to acid rain. It will lead to acid rain. Now, how it will lead to acid rain, I'll tell you. But oxygen is obviously not the answer. Sulfur dioxide is also not correct. Pooja, what's the answer according to you? So, Pooja is going with SiO2. I have not given the answer for that. Sorry, I have not given any option regarding that, right? So I guess it's a typing error, but yes, sulfur dioxide is not going to be the correct answer. Let me tell you, the correct answer is going to be your carbon dioxide, CO2. Because of the presence of CO2 only, this lime water turns milky. Now, it's very good, Vikramaditya, that you have given option D, because now I am able to explain one more thing. I thought I'll be explaining it tomorrow. But please remember, if I talk about this SO2, let's try to understand the concept of acid rain. Do you know what is this acid rain? Acid rain, from the name itself is clear. In the rain, there is an acid that is present. What's that? There is a acid that is present. Now, what kind of acid? This acid may be HNO3. What is HNO3? Nitric acid. Or it may be H2SO4. That is sulfuric acid. Now, how it actually comes? Let me tell you. Okay, Tirupati. So, yes, let us understand about this. First of all, if I talk about factories, from factories we have several gases which are released. For example, I can talk about NOx, that is different oxides of nitrogen. In the similar manner, I can even talk about SO2. Now, what will happen in the atmosphere? We are aware of there are water droplets that are present, and these are exposed in the air. So, when they will actually react with that water droplets, what is going to happen? They will actually, what I am talking about here, water is there, right? When they will be reacting, what they are going to form? Here HNO3 will be formed. Here H2SO4 will be formed, and from the atmosphere itself, from the topmost part itself, from the cloud itself, the rain which will be coming will be containing HNO3 and H2SO4 because of the presence of these particular gases, and this will actually result in the production of what? Acid rain. What is that? That is actually your acid rain. But since we were talking about what? We were talking about lime water turns milky when it is exposed to air. So obviously in the air, until unless those harmful gases are released, we are not going to get that acid rain, right? So here, please remember the correct answer will be what? That is carbon dioxide. But yes, if someone asks you about the acid rain, remember the acids which are formed are H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, or nitric acid, HNO3, because of the presence of NOx and SO2. Okay, so here we have discussed two different things. Now moving forward. Chemically, lime water is what? We have just discussed about lime water, right? So yes, lime water is chemically what? Can you answer this part? And everyone who is there in the session now, kindly start giving answers. So Pooja, Vikramaditya, Tirupati, can you answer this part? Chemically, lime water is what? What is it? So Vikramaditya has already told about acid, right? So yes, chemically, lime water is what? Yeah. I was talking about paint, remember? No one. When I talk about this lime water, then we have already taken the example in the earlier days, everyone was not using those Apex paints and all. So yes, totally correct. If I'll go with this lime water, let me write for you all. It is what? CaOH whole twice. This. And it is representing what? This is what? This is actually your calcium hydroxide. Please remember, lime water is nothing but calcium hydroxide. And yes, Vikramaditya, you are absolutely correct. Pooja and Tirupati, I am waiting for your answers as well. Please remember, calcium hydroxide is actually your lime water. Next. Okay, before moving forward, I have a question for you. If you are present here, everyone. Now, since we are talking about this part, so let me tell you about gypsum as well. Gypsum, and then we'll talk about plaster of Paris. First of all, can you tell me the formula for gypsum? Can you tell me the formula of gypsum, everyone? Because since we are talking about this chemically, lime water was what? Calcium hydroxide. In the similar way, gypsum is what? Then I'll be telling you about plaster of Paris. Yeah, slaked lime, true. Pooja, you gave some answer, I guess. No, Tirupati gave some answer, and you have actually taken that back. Yeah, answer please. If I'm talking about gypsum, can you give me the answer for gypsum? What is the gypsum? Everyone. Vikramaditya, I guess you will be able to give this answer, right? I have seen you are giving maximum answers correct and you're regular here. So I want answer from you. Can you give me this answer? What is the chemical formula for gypsum? Yes. Pooja, can you answer this? CaSO4 dot what? Dot what? That is important. Dot what? See, if I talk about this gypsum, it is CaSO4 dot 2H2O. Now this 2H2 is important. That's why I asked you why it is important. If I'll go with this two parts of H2O, that is two parts, what I'll do, I'll just heat it up. And once it is heated, obviously with some sort of conditions, what happens, its formula is now CaSO4 dot, please have a look at this part, please, very good Vikramaditya, very good. Please have a look here, this two part will be converted into the half part, that is dot half H2O. Now if someone asks you about the formula, you can directly say CaSO4. That is true for gypsum also, for your plaster of Paris as well. But if I'll talk about the exact formula, what is that? CaSO4.2H2O is going to be for the gypsum, and CaSO4.half H2O will be for plaster of Paris. Fine. So yes, if someone is asking you from where you are going to get this plaster of Paris, obviously from the gypsum part. Got my point? So both the things are again very, very important. These are asked in the examination. We must remember this. Okay, so Vikramaditya, which you the answer which you gave was totally correct. CSO4.2H2O. If I'm heating that up and it is converted into CSO4.half H2O, this is what? This is your plaster of Paris. That is POP. Fine. Okay. So we have discussed this also. Next. So we have this periodic table. I guess we have already discussed each and everything regarding that. Everything is clear to you. We'll be having discussion in the later part if we have time today. Next. Which gas is used as a fire extinguisher? Simple question, but important one. Which particular gas is used in fire extinguisher? Can you answer this part? Which gas is used in the fire extinguisher? Answer please. Which gas is used in the fire extinguisher? Answer. Now, where are we using this fire extinguisher? If we are talking about any of the building, for example, if you talk about your school building, your college building, or even your coaching spot, whatever it is, you might have seen those red cylinders, right? Those red cylinders are doing what? They are actually present whenever there's a condition of fire. We can just press the knob, white color, some sort of structure is going to come out and it will just do what? It will extinguish the fire, right? So what is that particular part that is coming out? That is your carbon dioxide. Very good, Vikramaditya. Here carbon dioxide is going to be the correct answer. Now from the same question, I'll just take question from LPG. Can you tell me the constituents of LPG? What is the full form of LPG? LPG's full form is liquefied petroleum gas. That is liquid petroleum gas or liquefied petroleum gas. What all things are there? We can talk about butane, isobutane, right? But the most important question is, when we talk about these gas cylinders, whenever they leak, we are able to smell that. And because of that smell only, we are able to understand, okay, so there's an issue in this cylinder, right? So can you answer this part? What is that particular gas which is present in this particular cylinder, because of which you are able to smell? Answer please. Waiting for the answer. My question is, I know. What's that? Here butane is there. Then isobutane is there. Many things are there. But if I talk about the smell of this LPG is because of what? Smell of LPG is because of what? So I want this answer from everyone. Everyone who is there in the session, can you answer this part? Smell of LPG is because of what? Answer. No one. How is it possible? No one knows this answer. It's very important for the examination, and that too for the CGL part. Huh? Yeah. So SCL, sorry, CGL, then we have CHSL. All those examinations are actually having this question. Please remember, that is what? That is ethyl mercaptan. Do not forget this part. Ethyl mercaptan is the correct answer. Fine. So yeah, Vikramaditya is told, but the spelling error was there, but no issues. We have to just click the answer. We need not type the answer over there, right? So very good, Vikramaditya. Please remember, the smell of LPG is because of the presence of ethyl mercaptan. This is again and again asked in the examination. Okay, so let's move forward now. Here CO2 was the correct answer. Mercury is what? So mercury is a solid metal, liquid metal, solid non-metal, or liquid non-metal. What is the correct answer for this? Mercury is what? Answer please. And I want answer from everyone. Yeah, answer. Very basic question, huh? If I talk about this mercury, waiting for the answer, till then I'll explain. What is mercury? We know that when we're talking about mercury, its symbol is Hg. And if it enters into a body, it will create an issue that is known as mini meta. It is asked in the examination again and again. So we must be aware of this part. Symbol is mercury. And if I'll talk about this use, it is used in thermometers, right? So yes, we are aware of all these things. But what if I'll talk about this answer? So Wasim has given the answer, so it would be B. That is, it is a liquid metal. That's true. That's true. So here, what is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be your option number B. That is liquid metal, right? Now my next question is, let's see who gives this answer. Will it be Wasim or Vikramaditya? Now the question is changing, and my question is, which is that particular liquid non-metal. Which is that particular liquid non-metal? Because this is also asked in the examination. Yes, answer please. Which is the liquid non-metal? Can you answer this part? Which is the liquid non-metal? So Vikramaditya, Wasim, we have Pooja over here, we have Tirupati. Who will answer this part? Which is the liquid non-metal? Answer please. No one? I guess I need to tell now. Huh? Okay. So I'll write here. See, this was actually a metal. If I talk about liquid non-metal, so liquid non-metal is going to be your, let me see, as no one is, Jarsa Juice has given the answer, Vikramaditya has given the answer. Very good. The correct answer is going to be your bromine. Totally correct. Very good. So yes, now my question is, one more question is there, but it is from physics part now. Since we are talking about mercury, it is used in thermometers, right? Now what if I'm talking about very low temperature? For the very low temperature, if I'll use mercury, that is going to freeze. So for the very low temperature, what can I use? No doubt, for our checking for our fever, for our body temperature, we can use mercury thermometer, no doubt. What if I'm asking about very low temperature? For the very low temperature, which particular thermometer can be used? Okay, Vikramaditya, I'll wait. But I want the answer for this one. For the very low temperature, what can I use? Which thermometer? Can it be mercury again? Because this is the question from physics part, but it is relating to this. So I want this answer. For the very low temperature, for the body's temperature, well, right? For the body's temperature, we are using mercury thermometer. Totally correct. My third question will be for very high temperature. So first of all, I want the question for very low temperature. For very low temperature, what can I use? Bromine. Acha, that was for the previous one. Okay. Waiting for the answer. So again, I am saying mercury is actually used for measuring the body's temperature. Totally correct. We are having fever or not, we can use that. No. Vikramaditya, here it would be alcohol thermometer. Alcohol thermometer. Why is it so? Because whenever we talk about alcohol, it is not going to freeze. Why? Because its freezing point is actually lower than mercury. That's why it is preferred when we are going to measure very low temperature. At that time, mercury is going to freeze. That's why alcohol will be used. Now, Wasim is saying some mercury. Mercury was for the body temperature, Wasim, है ना? But for very low temperature, we are going to use alcohol. Now, my question is for very high temperature. Now, for very high temperature, what will you use? At the temperature, that too of 3000 degrees centigrade, 3500 degrees centigrade, what can I use at that high temperature? Answer, please. And if I'll go with other options over here, so if I'll talk about the solid metals, there are many metals which are solid in nature, right? So these are only one. So that's why we are discussing about it, and it is asked in the examination. But my question is here regarding very high temperature. So please remember, whenever we'll talk about very high temperature, it's a device. I guess none of you is giving the answer, so you are not aware of this. Let me write for you. It is the pyrometer. It is pyrometer. It is from the physics part, but it is very, very important. Do not forget, for very low, alcohol, for body temperature, mercury, and for the very high, pyrometer. Next. When helium atom loses electron, then it becomes what? This was the question which we have discussed even yesterday. When helium atom will lose electron, then it is going to become what? When helium atom loses electron, it becomes what? Is it proton, positive helium ion, negative helium ion, or alpha particle? Answer, please. And everyone who is there in the session, I want the answers from everyone. Because all these questions were previously asked and are repeatedly asked. So Vikramaditya was totally correct with the pyrometer answer. Very good, Vikramaditya. What about this question? When helium, after losing the electron, it becomes what? So will it become proton? Will it become positive helium ion? Will it become negative helium ion, or alpha particle? What is going to be the correct answer here? Jasha, then we have Wasim, we had Pooja, we had Tirupati, all of you waiting for the answer, please. So Vikramaditya is saying that it would become positive helium ion, and it's totally correct. If I'll talk about helium, We know that helium's atomic number is 2. So if I talk about the number of electrons, they are 2. But since they are saying that out of 2, one of the electron is lost, so it will be becoming He plus. And remember, whenever one electron is lost, it will be 1 plus. If 2 electrons are lost, 2 minus. Sorry, 2 plus. If 3 electrons are lost, 3 plus. In the similar manner, if 1 electron is gained, minus. 2 electrons are gained, 2 minus, and so on. So Jarsa, then we have Vikramaditya, Wasim. All of you are correct, and that's totally correct. Positive helium ion. Awesome. Next. Which of the following particle is negatively charged? Very simple this time. If I talk about this charges, so we know that for the proton, positive, neutron, neutral, right? So you have just 2 options left. If 1 electron, then B. Yeah, that's totally correct, Wasim. So yes, if I talk about this question, so it's very obvious. We are talking about electron over here, which is actually a negatively charged. So option number D is going to be the correct answer. So this was quite simple. So I've just told you about it. Next, moving forward, the absolute value of charge on electron was determined by whom? Now this is important because here what happens? Jarsa, absolutely correct. Awesome. Very good. But what about this question? Now this is very, very important question. Just think before giving this answer. Question is, the absolute value of charge on electron was determined by whom? Was it J.J. Thomson, R.A. Millikan, Rutherford or Chadwick? So Vikramaditya, Wasim, Jarsa, you all were correct. Very good. But what about this question? Absolute value of charge on electron was determined by whom? On what? We are talking about electron. Yeah, please give this answer. I'll not move forward before getting your answers, whether it is late, early, whatever, because this question might not go wrong in the main examination. Anyhow, so Vikramaditya is going with option number B. So Jarsha, Wasim, are you also with the same answers? Jarsha is with A, Sir J.J. Thomson. Wasim, are you going with Jarsa or Vikramaditya, or you have any other option? Vikramaditya is going with R.A. Millikan. Okay. Then we have Wasim over here. Wasim, your answer is pending. Then I'll move forward. See, remember, whenever we have a look at the question, just do not directly go on those words and give the answer regarding that. Never do that. Reason behind it is, once we are done with the paper, we think, okay, our paper was awesome. But before saying that awesomeness, do one thing, just have a look at these words. What is asked? Here it was asked about the absolute value of charge. And what we thought of? We thought that electron is being discussed here, right? So let me tell you the trick. Whenever we'll talk about this electron, proton, neutron, this discovery was done by whom? So we have a trick, and that was eat per nache. Remember that trick? In English, I'll write eat per nache. Now, this trick was actually helpful in telling who has discovered these things. For example, if I talk about electron, it was discovered by J.J. Thomson. Totally correct. T for Thomson. And Jarsa, you have actually told this answer, and it's good that you remember who has discovered the electron. But here the thing that was asked was absolute value of charge. That is the charge that is present on the electron, right? So here, please remember, that was R.A. Millikan. That is option number B. But which experiment was it? Vikramaditya, Jarsha, please remember, it was oil drop experiment. What was that? That was oil drop experiment. Fine, we must be knowing this. Okay, so yes, now talking about this Rutherford, per, eat per, P for proton. Then we have R for Rutherford. In the similar manner, nache, N for neutron, and Ch for Chadwick, and his full name was James Chadwick. So, got my point? So, very good. So, now you will never be wrong. I assure you, since you have given the answer this time, that it was wrong. 100% your answer will be correct in the means examination. Now, you are never going to forget this. So, this is actually my previous 6 to 7 years of experience that I am talking about. Okay, so J.J. Thomson discovered what? Electron. If I talk about the charge, absolute value of charge on the electron was discovered by R.A. Millikan by conducting oil drop experiment. Then Rutherford, discovered what? Proton. And Chadwick discovered neutron. Okay, so all these options are covered. Next question, please. The proton is heavier than electron by dash. Is it 187 times, 1837 times, 3837 times, or 2827 times? Vikramaditya, Jarsha, you can give answer in the super fast manner now. If I'm talking about the proton's mass actually, so it is heavier than electron by how many times? Okay, Wasim, great. So Wasim, can you answer this part? My question is, the proton is heavier than an electron by dash. Is it 187 times, 1837 times, 3837 times, or 2827 times? This is previously asked question, so answer please. Okay, so let me tell you, if I'm talking about this masses, please remember, just try to compare the masses. So Vikramaditya, I guess you're giving answer, right? Yeah. So Vikramaditya has given the answer, and Wasim and Jarsa, I am waiting for your answer as well. So Vikramaditya has told sir it would be 1837 times, and it's very good, Vikramaditya, that your answer is absolutely correct. If I compare the masses of proton and electron, so proton is heavier than 1837 times electron. Fine. So proton is heavier than electron by 1837 times. So option number B is correct. Next, Cn ion is isoelectronic with dash. Cn minus ion is isoelectronic with dash. Now this is the question where we are talking about isoelectronic. Isoelectronic. Now let me tell you about this word. Iso means same. Iso means same. Just try to have a look at this word. What is that? Electron. I'll write it here. Electron. This means the question is asked about the same number of electrons for these options. So Vikramaditya, Jarsha, Wasim, if you have any doubt in anything, please let me know. If this question even takes time, don't worry, I'll be telling about isotone, isobar, isomers, all those things in the next class, but this answer please. So Vikramaditya is going with B, that is CO, okay. Jarsha and Wasim, you were not there in the starting classes, let me tell you. If I'll go with this Cn minus, what we are going to do, we'll just check the atomic number. And we know that if I know the atomic number, I can tell about the number of protons and also the number of electrons. Remember that part? Here, if I'll talk about C, then it is going to have 6 electrons. If I'll talk about nitrogen, it is going to have 7 electrons. Why? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon at 6th number. Nitrogen at 7th number. Oxygen, that is 8th number. Right? Let's check. Carbon is at 6, nitrogen 7. Then this minus charge means 1 electron has actually come up. So total number of electrons are here 7 and 7, 14. So for this I have received the value, so it would be 14 electrons that are present here. Now for isoelectronic part, that is the same number of electrons, I must have same number of electrons here also. Nitrogen, here what is mentioned? N2. This means it will be having 2 multiplied by 7. How many? 14 electrons. Talking about CO, which Vikramaditya has given the answer. Carbon is having what? 6. Remember? Then oxygen is having what? Remember? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. Then carbon, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon 6, nitrogen, oxygen at 8. Remember 8 part. So yes, 6 plus 8 is going to be 14. Just have a look. It is also 14. It is also 14. And this was 14. So this means A option is also correct, B is also correct. So both A and B is going to be the correct answer. Do you have any sort of doubt here? If anyone has any doubt, please let me know. So yes, from the name itself it is clear, isoelectronic, same number of electron. How we can calculate it? We know that atomic number would be equal to number of protons and it would be equal to number of electrons. And I told you in the starting itself, in the first class itself, please remember it till 20, if possible till 30, minimum 20, and then start making that periodic table with all those tricks which we have discussed, right? So in this manner you can give the correct answer. So here both A and B would be the correct answer. In the next class, we'll be discussing about isobars also, isotopes also. What is isobar? How we are going to remember that? I'll be telling you by the comparing with the ISO same bar. Now you must be thinking, sir, bar. Yes, the bar which you are thinking now, I'll just try to compare with that and tell you. Okay. So till then, please take care. Bye bye everyone. And yes, we'll be meeting for the CGL class in the evening between between 6 to 7. Okay. So bye bye everyone. Please take care. In case you have any doubt, comment section is always there for you. Just let me know. So please take care. Enjoy.